Oh, the microphone. We need the microphone. We got to talk into the microphone.
Check our sound.
Oh my goodness. It's all working. Everything is working today. Hopefully. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Ashes to Rubies live stream where we talk about life and recovery, the codependency.
I just want to draw attention to the fact that you just sing talked.
I sang talk?
Mm-hmm.
How?
I'll show you later.
Oh man.
And I know it's one of your pet peeves.
The sing talk. Oh my goodness. I can't even do it when I'm not when I'm focused. You ever get that way where you want to sing?
I'll sing. Okay. Not like that. Like I sing along. I like to sing along.
Not out loud.
Not by myself. No.
Yeah. I think there's some people that are talented in ways that sometimes I think that there's people that can naturally do things that no one else can or very few people can. But I think for the most part, people work at them. Yeah. Like musicians. Mm-hmm. I think you can sing at a starting point, but then they get training and go to school for it or practice.
I was just going to say, Gene, that's called practicing.
Yeah. If it's one thing that I wish I could do is do music.
Well, and that's the whole thing around thinking that life will be good or wishing that I could have a more peaceful life or wanting to be a different way. What I came to realize is, actually, I have to practice.
I have to do something about it.
I have to practice. And so I had to practice learning how to sit still.
Did you ever do music in school? Practice sitting still? Sorry.
It's okay. I had to practice sitting in silence. I have to practice doing all sorts of things.
All sorts of things. Did you do music in school? Did you do recorder?
Everybody did.
Yeah, we all did recorder. Remember that? I did some music in school in grades 7, 8, and 9. I started off with the French horn. You know why? It was the only thing left.
Sad.
I got the French horn, and then I was in band, and we were in Toronto, and we won Kiwanis. And I was not the second, but the third French hornist.
Yep.
That's way down. I don't know, I don't know if it's rankings, but it's I have a different musical ensemble to play than the other people. It's like a harmony. So I'm the third harmonic French horn. That's in-depth music in grade 7 and 8. And then grade 9, I transferred to trumpet. I became a trumpet player.
Oh my goodness.
And then sports took over in grade 10. Music only got you
fascinating.
So far.
That is fascinating information about John Ruby. Hey, way to go.
NP.
Good job.
All right. We are going to start our meditation. I think the point is you got to practice stuff that you want to do. Yeah, it just doesn't magically happen. Unless it does. But it doesn't. All right. Is it the 15th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here is our meditation. I am learning to recognize in myself any, immoderation?
Immoderate.
I'm learning to recognize in myself any immoderate emotional reactions.
Out of control.
Emotional
out of scale.
Reactions. Out of scale emotional reactions. Mm-hmm. To things that happen or to something that is. If I notice that I still squirm and agonize over past mistakes and disappointments, I will observe that and correct it. Likewise, I will guard against thoughts of dread of what may happen in the future. How can I know what's going to be? ? This awareness comes through the study of a 12-step program or in recovery. It shows me how to overcome these handicaps by taking care of just one little day at a time. This is one day I can easily cope with if I have not frittered away my energies on destructive emotions, and if I do not provoke antagonism by criticism, complaints, and reproaches. Wow, that's heavy duty. This is a heavy hitter. Today's reminder: if anything happens to disturb me on this one day, I will ask myself, is it my problem? Does it really matter so much? is it important? Quote of the day. Today I will observe. Whoa. Today I will observe how I react and what I am tempered to say or do. Okay, let me do that again. Today I will observe how I react and what I'm tempered to say or do. Tempted to say or do. That's a heavy duty one, because this is exactly what we're talking about. Practice. This is, I would say, a step 10 practice where we watch and turn, watch and turn, watch and turn. Where we see the first part of turning is in step 3, where I'm actually turning. Not that God hasn't been there the whole time, but I'm actually about facing and turning towards God. And so I think that this is part of practicing when those things come up inside of me. When my emotional reactions are, what is it? Immoderate, excessive. What am I watching for? So I have the cast of characters that speak to me. There's a situation that happens. I overreact to you underreacting or overreacting or telling me what not to do or what to do, and it sparks inside of me. So that's what I really need to turn to God about, because then I start playing God. And then I'm trying to control you and change what you're saying, and I'm giving you your script and I have my script so that I can be seen a certain way. Yeah. So I really have to practice this. And this is a daily thing. So this is what we call step 10, is really what I'm watching all day long of these things cropping up.
Yeah.
What stood out to you?
So I need to guard myself against, like, that. What do we call that? Thoughts of dread about the future. What do you call that?
Insecurity.
No. There's a word for the I can't think of it, but thoughts of dread about what might happen in the future. And then just how working the program can teach me how to, like, overcome staying in those, like, negative headspaces.
That's good. They said this one day I can easily cope with. And so I think that's the implementation of one day at a time.
Yeah.
Is that I'm watching one day at a time where these things crop up in me,
Right.
and then I turn them over to God. I discuss them with somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm starting to actually see where the cast of characters and the play, the drama of my life, and how I play God. And I do that on a daily basis. I don't stay sober one day at a time. I connect with God one day at a time. So then I'm looking at the hair in the drain building up and asking God for the power to remove that hair out of the drain. And so I can have a proper water flow. And so we did a fun little skit in my head. This is one thing that I'm starting to do a little bit more. It's kind of like the picture of a bonsai tree. I want to get a bonsai tree, but I have a bonsai basil tree that I've had for 2 years, and I keep clipping it. I don't let it, like, grow out.
But it is a tree with bark,
A
not
tree with bark in my little hydroponic set. But it's almost like a daily thing where I'm always clipping off, and we use it to eat. Although I've clipped it way back, and so it's not doing so well. But the key is this daily the daily attentiveness. And so what I've been doing in the big book, it talks about this drama of life, and how we play the director and the actor, and I'm giving you your script, and then we're the producers of chaos. And so part of my step 10 is really understanding my theater. And so I did a little theater that made me laugh about our pens. And we have pens, and I'm always accusing the other person of stealing my pens. And I made this drama up of, like, this is what I'm doing in real life. Inside of me, there's these cast of characters, and I'm the accuser, and I'm the hoarder, and it makes me really realize where I can go without a relationship with God, because it is real life. I know it's just pens. And so I think that's a good practice of creating the plays, the dramas, the theaters in your life, and just to be aware of where I play God, how I'm doing it, and then turning that over to God. Yeah. Resentment, and then I turn to God. I discuss them with somebody else. I focus my thoughts on something other than myself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we leave you with that today. Oh, it's Wednesday, so we got our LifeLab group today at noon on Zoom. Erica is going to be speaking. Do you know what the topic is?
Yeah, resentment.
Resentment.
The gift of resentment.
The gift of resentment. Oh, this
I
will be
know.
interesting. All right. Have a great afternoon if we see you at noon. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.